You will never get rich working for someone else. I'm going to take you through 15 different ways to make money online and talk to you at the end about which ones I think are the most passive, and the ones that I would prioritize focusing on if you're just starting out. But first, everyone always asks me how to make money online, and really there is only one way to make money. Whether you're a content creator who makes videos and then there's ads that run on the videos and that advertiser eventually sells a product, or if you actually have your own Etsy shop or Shopify store selling products directly, the only way that money is made is when a product is sold. And you can get credit for any part of the process, from the advertisement part to actually selling the product yourself. And that's what we're going to talk about in detail across all the different ways that you can make money online. So here we're going to look at whether it's more passive or less passive, so you're very much involved, and it takes more work. And then when a sale is actually made, what percentage of that profit comes to you. So we'll start with the job. So if you have a typical day job, you're probably down here in the single digit percentages that you make even yearly on what your company makes for the profit of selling all the products that you make. In fact, all of the corporate profits is unpaid productivity that the employees have generated for the company that the company doesn't compensate them for. On the other side is if you have your own yard sale, you generally are selling things you don't care about anymore. They're kind of a sunk cost. And so every time you sell it, it's literally 100% profit. You're getting the customers yourself, you're selling the product, and anything you don't sell, you're probably going to just throw out anyway. So this is kind of the scale that we're going to look at all these ideas through. So stick with us. Now, I thought I was more interested in starting some work on Fiverr, and I like the idea that you can charge your own rate for your time and help people with your skills and consulting and those types of things. But ultimately, it's actually kind of like another job. Now you're being paid a much higher percentage of what your time is worth, and there's a lot of value to that. But I actually find it's actually not at all passive. You're just creating another job for yourself. Related to that would be something that is much more of a task-based side hustle, like driving for Uber or Lyft. Obviously, Uber and Lyft don't take this large of a cut, but you do have your own gas expenses, car maintenance, and all those types of things, and as well as insurance. So, you're just barely above 50% of the profit of what it costs to drive somebody around. Down here is eBay. I actually do like eBay. I do make money on eBay. I sell some products. But you have to buy the inventory. So unlike a yard sale, you have to actually buy the inventory. And so there's a sunk cost there. You do have to pay for some advertising on eBay. eBay takes a cut, and then you're paying for shipping, and you're kind of involved. So the active part here is that you're managing listings, shipping products to customers, and those types of things. So here's another example, which is Amazon FBA. If you sell your own products through Amazon, they have their own customers. I mean, there's tons of people on Amazon. They manage all the shipping, logistics, and fulfillment for you. That's why it's much more passive. I think an Amazon FBA business is actually one of the ideal businesses. In this model, it is a lot of work to get up started and running in that business. And then you have to make sure you find products that actually can be found and sold in a very crowded marketplace. But once you have that running, all you're basically doing is reordering inventory over and over again, and Amazon's taking care of everything else. It is a great business model. Over here is selling your own physical products on platforms like Shopify. In a first glance, you might say, well, that looks like it's really close to just a day job. And it kind of is. But instead of capping out at like an annual salary of $50,000 a year, whatever your business or day job would be, there's no limit. So if you have a really successful product, you can make millions of dollars a year. But still, you have to buy the inventory, you have to have the product, you have to pay for advertising, you have to pay for fulfillment and shipping. It's a hard road to go down. And a lot of times people can put a lot of money into this type of business and not have it prove out. But if you do find a product that consumers really want to buy, it can be a very lucrative business for you. What I like even more is selling digital products, online courses, ebooks, things of that nature that you don't have to pay for inventory. You don't have to worry about putting that money up front. All of your expenses goes into driving traffic to your website and advertising, and then you're just basically fulfilling something that didn't cost you any money to make. You do have to put time into the digital product, of course. If you're going to make an ebook or an online course, it has to be really high quality. But once you put that time into it to make it, you can sell it over and over and over and over again. Sort of in that space would be Teachable. If you have your own course, you can sell it on Teachable. They actually have their own platform, so there are some benefits to having their customers come in. I can't say that I've done anything in this space. I've definitely done physical and digital products on eBay, Shopify, and Amazon FBA, but I want to put this one here as well for something for you to consider. Etsy physical products, the reason I said this is a little more active than passive is, in general, Etsy started out as like a maker's market, in that you're selling things that you're actively making. So instead of buying your inventory or products, I thought here you'd be making your products more often. I understand that's not necessarily the way that Etsy has gone over the last few years, and there's more generic products on there. But the same trend here is if you have more digital products like design templates, Excel spreadsheets, even ebook content that people are interested in. With that, one nice feature about Etsy over Shopify is that they have their own customer base, their own searchable platform that people are interested in buying products from. And here, print on demand is really a hot, popular, or trendy piece, but I find that it's actually hard to find designs that you can sell a lot of. So you need a lot of different designs to appeal to different consumers. Again, you're paying mostly to attract customers and do advertising. So it is nice that you don't have to create, or you don't have to hold inventory ahead of time. It's created right when the purchase is made. So that's sort of the advantage in that space there. Now, all the way over here in terms of a much more passive model with much higher profit margins is software as a service. So this would be, for example, your own digital subscription, whether that's for a paid community, or I actually have created software that people pay for data and information on a monthly subscription. Again, this is one where you're going to put a lot of time in to make a digital product that consumers actually want to pay for and subscribe to. And on average, people only subscribe to products like this for an average of 4 to 5 months. So factor that in. But once you have created the product, all you're going to do is spend your money to advertise it. And it is a really nice passive income business, assuming you can find the right product for the right audience. Now, I know if you ask most people starting out what they want to do, they would say they want to be content creators, like a YouTube influencer. I think there are some big advantages to this. I think what I like is for people who don't want to physically sell product or like actually ask money from people, it's nice that they can just make videos that are entertaining, and YouTube is handling all the money parts, and they're charging advertisers for you and running ads during your content, and you get a piece of that. But I have to notice that while it's passive, once you have really popular videos, a lot of YouTube content creators that I've talked to are putting a lot of time into making their videos. So there's a lot of upfront work before you actually see any of that passive income. Related here, I put TikTok. I think it's a little more passive because generally the quality of the production of the videos you create on TikTok are lower, and you can just kind of take your camera and talk and so forth. But you also make a lot less. So I know we're way down here on the end where you don't get a big percentage of the profit, but for sure, from my understanding from content creators that I know, you can make more money on YouTube than TikTok. I would put Instagram in the same general space here. I don't do much on Instagram. I do dabble in YouTube and TikTok. So I'm just generally putting it in the same spot. And then another popular buzzword you'll hear is affiliate marketing. It is nice for you to get a 5% commission on a sale if you refer someone to buy a product, but generally that's not very scalable unless you already have a huge platform with a lot of followers or an audience. And so, yeah, if you have a million subscribers and you tell them to use your code, you can make money with affiliate marketing. But generally, people who aren't already making money as a content creator are not going to find affiliate marketing to be that profitable. And Amazon's Kindle Direct Publishing for authors that I know is a tough way to go. Most of them I know are creating books out of their own passion and aren't making a lot of money. They have an interesting model now where people can read books for free on the Kindle, and then there's a fund that pays you for the number of pages that people read of your content. So it is a little bit like a YouTube content creator, but for books. I just haven't found too many examples of people being very successful in that space. So these in the green here are really the areas that I'm planning to spend more of my time in over the next year. As I mentioned, I think I thought I would have done more with Fiverr, but going through this analysis, it does not seem to be something that I'm that interested in. I have a digital subscription product. I'll probably try to expand into more products like that. I have not done anything with Etsy, and I think moving some of my digital products there might be an existing customer base. I still have digital products on Shopify that's doing well. I love Amazon FBA, and I'm kind of starting my journey in YouTube videos and content creation through a couple different channels in addition to this one. So I just hope that I can encourage you to just start something, take a look at this landscape, pick one, spend 6 months or a year learning about it, studying it, and obviously making something and learn along the way. Don't just consume content and hope, someday you start a business. Start something today and you're going to learn a lot from it. So the most important things I'm going to leave you with is what is the change you want to make in the world? And if you want to teach people about finance or how to make money online and you have experience in that, or if you want to teach people how to eat properly with a good diet or exercise, start making content in those spaces, for example. And then once you know kind of what change you want to make in the world, you can use this map and say which of these is the best fit with how you want to make that change, and then how can you make money doing that. Thank you so much.